In July of 1518, a woman named Frau Troffea stepped into a narrow street in Strasbourg and began to dance. No music played, no festival was underway. She simply moved, arms swinging, feet stamping the cobblestones, for hours, then days. By the end of the week, she hadn't stopped. Her feet were bleeding through her shoes, and she was no longer dancing alone. Within a month, more than 30 people had joined her. By August, historical records placed the number at around 400 dancers, all moving through the streets of Strasbourg with no apparent reason and no apparent way to stop. City officials didn't see it as madness. They saw it as a disease, and diseases, they believed, needed to run their course. So the council made a decision that, in hindsight, feels almost impossible to believe. They hired musicians. They built a stage. They cleared out guild halls specifically so the dancers could keep dancing, believing the only cure for the dance was more dancing. It did not work. People began collapsing from exhaustion. Some suffered strokes. Some suffered heart attacks mid-step in the middle of the street. Contemporary accounts describe dancers with swollen feet and vacant expressions, dancing as if compelled by something outside themselves. Historians estimate that at the peak of the outbreak, as many as 15 people were dying every day. The dancing didn't stop until officials reversed course completely, banning music, banning dancing altogether, and marching the afflicted to a shrine in the mountains to pray for forgiveness. By September, the epidemic had faded as mysteriously as it began. For 500 years, historians have tried to explain what actually happened in Strasbourg. 3 theories dominate. The first, ergot poisoning. A mold that grows on damp rye, the same rye used in bread, can produce compounds chemically similar to LSD, causing spasms, hallucinations, and involuntary muscle movement. Strasbourg sat on the Rhine, in a region known for grain contamination. But ergot poisoning typically constricts blood vessels violently, so it's more likely to kill or cripple than to produce hours of coordinated dancing. The second, mass psychogenic illness, a stress-induced psychological contagion spreading through a population already devastated by famine, disease, and crushing taxation. 1518 was a brutal year for Strasbourg, and fear, historians argue, can spread through a crowd like anything else. The third, and the one most historians now favor, is a form of mass hysteria rooted in religious terror. Locals genuinely believed a curse from St. Vitus could force victims to dance against their will. That belief, combined with unbearable social pressure, may have been enough to trigger real, involuntary movement in vulnerable people, a phenomenon still documented in psychology today. No single theory fully explains everything the records describe: the scale, the duration, the deaths. What we're left with is a strange historical fact, agreed upon by multiple independent sources, that a city once watched hundreds of its own people dance themselves toward death and responded by giving them a stage. 500 years later, we still don't fully know why they danced. We only know that for a few weeks in the summer of 1518, they couldn't stop. If stories like this pull you in, subscribe for more forgotten history that still doesn't have a clean explanation. And if you've got a theory of your own about why they danced, drop it in the comments. I read every one.